I think that our discussion suggests that the humanitarian dimension of the Afghan situation remains a very important challenge to the international community. And unfortunately, the community is not united on these issues. And it's not likely that we will have a consensus on what's going on in Afghanistan and what we can do about Afghanistan. Nevertheless, that should not prevent us from uniting in trying to render humanitarian assistance to the country. I think that there are many technical issues here that we have to address in terms of how this assistance can be rendered and how the situation in Afghanistan can be managed without compromising the principles and the demands that the international community might have regarding Afghanistan. I do believe that it's important to continue our dialogue. It's important to keep channels of communications open. And I do hope that specifically if we are talking about the Russian-EU interaction, there are ways to come to some kind of common denominators on what can and what should be done in terms of continuing the humanitarian assistance to the country and setting a consorted list of demands or suggestions that the international community might have regarding the Taliban leadership. In my view, this year is likely to be critical in terms of the ability of Taliban or inability of Taliban to consolidate its power in the country. And my personal conclusion is that any alternative is likely to be worse than the current regime of Taliban. Therefore, it is in our common interest to make sure that Taliban succeeds, not fails. Later on, we can consider other demands or other suggestions that might guide our policies towards the government in Kabul. But for the time being, I think the humanitarian considerations should take the priority above all other considerations that we might have about developments in this country. Well, thank you for a very interesting and very provocative discussion that we had today.